Justin Bieber's record-breaking pop hits from Baby to Sorry are no longer his. This comes after the superstar sold the rights to his early career music. Nearly 300 works, including 6 of the pop star's albums, have been sold to a music investment company called Hypnosis. The deal covers Justin Bieber's publishing rights, copyright ownership, and all rights to music he's recorded since his early career started when he was 13. The deal reportedly cost $200 million, which is one of the biggest sales for a musician as young as Bieber, who is 28 years old. Hitmakers like Sting, Bob Dylan, and Shakira have also sold their music catalogs in recent years. Well, joining us now to talk more on how music is shifting into the world of investment is Brendan Caldwell, director at Caldwell Securities Ltd. Brendan, you look like you're ready to sell your own top music hit right now.
Oh, Nima, sorry, I didn't see you there. Glad to be here. I think I may as well start practicing. If Bieber can sell for $200 million at age of 28, at 52, I don't think it's too late for me.
Never too late, Brendan. Now, getting into these sales, why do you think singers are selling their music, even though they're making extraordinary amounts of money? Why do you think they're selling their music in the first place?
Well, what they're doing, and this is how I think it applies to people, is they're turning, when they work to perform, when they're actually out there on stage, they're getting paid to play. But when they sell their catalog, they're actually getting an asset. They're monetizing this asset. And it's a question of when to do it, what part of their career to do it, and how much is enough. So at 28 years old, if he can sell the rights to his music for $200 million, it's a pretty good start for a boy from Stratford, Ontario.
A great start indeed, Brendan. Now, can you walk us through what exactly these musicians are selling when it comes to their property?
Well, there's really 2 parts to it. There's the part that the writer gets, and then there's the part that the producer gets. Now, new artists, say T Swift, when she's doing her first albums, she gets the right for the music that she composes. So that's all hers. But the right to the actual production tends to be with the production company. So I think her first 5 albums or something like that, the production company got all the rights. So what Taylor Swift is doing right now is going through and re-recording all of her original material because her production non-re-record contract ran out a couple of years ago. So she, in theory, can re-record all her own songs and get both the production rights and the writer's rights as a piece.
All right, Brendan. Now, another thing to consider here is why buyers are investing in music in the first place as well. What led to this sort of spike in interest in music?
Well, the legendary story from over 40 years ago was when Paul McCartney and Michael Jackson were hanging out, and Paul said, Michael, you really should look at our catalog, because the Beatles famously hadn't actually sold any of their music for commercial purposes. So what did Michael Jackson do? He went out and bought the rights to market the Beatles' work, and then it's popped up in commercials and things. So he monetized that asset. In the modern era, there are so many venues where the standards, from the Drifters under the Boardwalk to Taylor Swift and Justin Bieber's work, can be released and used in movies and on the internet and everywhere. So if you are a musician in the business of making music, it makes sense to sell to someone who's in the business of marketing music if you do it for enough money.
All right, Brendan. Well, looking ahead, how do you see this sort of evolving in the near future? Could investing in music become the new norm, like cryptocurrency? And if so, what could this look like for the everyday investor?
The difference, Nima, is that cryptocurrency is some ephemeral thing in the ether, but rock and roll is real. Why it's being done right now is that right now, musicians can sell their catalog and claim it as a capital gain. Biden, who is no fan of rock music, as far as I can tell, is thinking of changing the tax treatment so it'd come back into income. So the reason you're seeing a flourish of it right now is that there's a window here for certainly American artists to capitalize on their catalogs and make maximum dollars and pay minimum tax. And you're right, royalties of all sorts, including music, are a part of the investment world, and I think can be a bigger part of it going forward.
Always some great insight, Brendan. Looking forward to your next music hit. I'll be sure to listen to that.
Thank you, Nima. I got to get practicing though. Appreciate the time.